I'm Ivana Cadaver, and of course this is Meet the Geek Fest Filmmakers Panel.
Hi, my name is Joshua Ho, and I wrote and directed the film Steven Spielberg and the Return to Film School. So if any of you were here just a little while ago, thanks for coming. It's a comedy about, based on the true story of when Steven Spielberg came back to film school after 30 years to finish his degree right here at Cal State Long Beach. And there's my lead actor right there, Robert W. Lauer. I'd point that out.
So for this particular, for your film, your feature, what inspires you?
Well, Steven Spielberg and the Return to Film School.
That would be the reason, yeah.
Yeah, in the title.
I get that.
I just threw all the inspirations right into the title.
Yeah.
Spielberg Film School.
Right, that works.
We made that film when I was in college. I went to college at Cal State Long Beach, just across the way over here. And over the years when I was there were all these rumors about, what was Spielberg like when he was there in the 60s, as well as what inspired him to come back 33 years later. There was no real reason for him to want to come back and do, a paper on Schindler's List, but he did. And also, though, kind of understanding where a lot of people don't realize he came from our school. USC gets a lot of credit because they gave him this honorary degree and then he gave them a building. But people don't realize he's actually from this area.
And really, it's about the story. It's really about the story and not really getting that caught up in who you're working with and all that, because if you do, you get affected by it. So it's really about the story and the authenticity of it all. So I get that. What do we not know about Steven Spielberg that you do? Something quirky.
I'd
love to know.
Quirky?
Quirky, yeah, something quirky. Something, yeah, why not?
I would. There's many quirky
He's like,
things
I'm not
about
gonna tell you.
I don't know. Spielberg, are you watching? I don't know.
He's like, I'm not gonna tell you.
The one thing that, at least for me, that I based it in truth was the train crash scene. So we have a flashback to when he's a child and he's making his first film. This is based on the true story of how he became a filmmaker, and he was playing with his trains and he decided to make a little film out of that. And so, at least for me, I just really wanted to really try to sort of get into his brain. So
Yeah.
I just did as much research as I could. His mom works at the Milky Way. She runs a restaurant up in LA. If you have never been there, it's called the Milky Way. And you should go meet her because she's the nicest person ever. So.
And that's something we didn't know, yeah. Or some of us didn't
and
know.
it's kosher, so.
There we go. Who's got some challenging stories, like some challenges that happened when you guys were filming?
Just like everyone else here, we all had to make our films on ridiculously low budgets, or at least less than $1 million, right? And also with limited time. We had over 30 locations, and we had to fit that onto 5 days. Lots of speaking roles, some lookalikes as well. And of course, that's something that's inherent with filmmaking, period. For me, this was made a few years ago, but at the time it was, for me personally, we were competing for funding from our school. Mm-hmm. And people didn't understand what I was trying to do. And so when we didn't get funding, unfortunately, from the department, a lot of our team dropped off because they wouldn't be getting credit anymore. So this film, we ended up having over 100 artists work on it. Was primarily made from people who may have not even been in the film department. One of my head producer, George, over there, he wasn't even a film major, but he decided he wanted to be a part of it. And to this day, George is definitely one of the main people who worked on it. And at the end of the day, for filmmakers, it's personal self-doubt. And if you really want to make your film, you just have to persevere, and you just have to keep moving forward, even if people don't think that it's gonna happen.
Right, because that is what it is. I mean, it's taking you taking that chance and saying, I'm going to do this, and it kind of works out that way, So I get that.
What's everybody's experience prior to making these films? Made films before? How long?
Well, for me, the Spielberg project was the first big thing I'd ever directed, and so to have 30, 40, 50 people there per day, it actually really was a shock. The first day, I think prior to that, it's more like 20, 10, you know, you work up there. And so to have that many things going on at once, I think the first day I kind of overkilled, and I was trying to be control freak. And my TP comes up to me and says, you have to just let people do their jobs. And so since that experience, it was such almost a traumatic experience because you have so many things going on at once. You want it to be perfect, right? But first you have to establish those relationships, trust them, have those conversations beforehand, and let the camera team do their job, let the actors do their job, and it's going to be a much more pleasant experience. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the spirit of chili dogs, and this is for everyone, what was craft services like on set?
Well, I can't express enough how much and how everyone has stated that, especially for people who are either being paid minimal or paid not at all, you have to feed them. I think it's the cheapest way to buy loyalty. It's a very personal thing. People come, they're providing their piece of the artwork, and they're investing themselves into your project, and you have to treat them with respect, and that includes paying them on the day of, whenever, immediately, because if you don't do that, it's just gonna hurt them. And the one story I have is, I volunteered to work on someone's film, drove all the way down to the San Diego area. It was like a 3-hour drive. It's like a weekend in the mountains. They didn't really have, much money. And for lunch, I think I got an orange and a half a sandwich in a baggie. And I was like, is this really why I'm here? So, yeah, just feed people. Yeah, just throw all the money that way. Everything else you can get for free. Just feed them.
One more to finish up. So, next project and/or dream project.
My next project that I'm working on, I'm hoping to kickstart online, is a dramatic piece. It's something I haven't done before. And it takes place in the world of the animated television show Pokemon. Now, I know that sounds strange to some people, but there's a lot of people who I think grew up with it and are excited to see some more depth to the characters, kind of taking the original Ash, Misty, Brock characters and making them 30 now since we're here at the 20th anniversary. And I'm excited because a few things. One, I want to do some things, improve in categories that we haven't been able to do because we had too many characters, too many locations. But also, for me personally, I hadn't had an opportunity to do something extremely diverse. So I want to re-envision the cast of characters in an extremely diverse way, and that's really important because we gotta make things happen.
Absolutely.
A long time ago, a famous actor said, you gotta get out there and do it yourself. You can't expect anybody to push that.
Right.
For you. And then if you want to join us, we're open to working with anybody and everybody. That's how we've made these for free. So please follow us online, Star Trek Wars, Steven Spielberg, The Return to Film School, and you can stay up to date to the next thing. So hopefully we'll get there, but thank you. You can follow our films at Film Visionary. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, just word film, and then Visionary, just 2 words that no one else was using at the time. So yes, please follow us. It's going to be very exciting. And thank you, GeekFest, for everything. It's going to be a great year, you guys.
Excellent. Okay, you guys, well, that hour flew by, so that's great. Fantastic. I just want to congratulate each and every one of you, very inspiring and best in everything you guys do.